Alright guys, I know I haven't uploaded for 2 weeks straight, but I'm back. The reason I actually wasn't uploading because I was actually focusing in school. I started about 2 weeks ago, but now I made a whole plan. I'm gonna start uploading every Saturday and Sunday. But if not, it's probably for reasons, but I'm gonna try to be as consistent as I can. Anyway, enough of the talking, let's get straight into this video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my rankings through 2 weeks of the NFL season, my predictions of who's going to win the MVP award, who's in first place at this moment, and what players have been performing at a top level of this NFL league in 2021. We've only been 2 weeks through the season, and there's a lot of excitement because there's a lot of players that are really good this season. And definitely this is the most interesting NFL season, ever in my opinion. Just because of the trades and the cuts and the games and the players have been just performing so great. But alright, enough of talking, let's get straight into the video. At number 5, I have Russell Wilson. I've always felt like Russell Wilson was always an MVP candidate every single season he has played in the NFL. I love Russell Wilson. He's definitely one of my favorite quarterbacks. What he did in these first 2 weeks were absolutely incredible. Russell Wilson is one of the only few quarterbacks that has 0 interceptions on the season. And I mean, look at his QB rating over these past 2 weeks. He's just been absolutely insane. But we really only been 2 weeks through the season. So that's why I put 4 people ahead of him. But let's all just appreciate Russell Wilson's greatness because he is a really great QB, very accurate on the run. He could do everything at the position of a QB that you would want out of a guy like Russell Wilson. I mean, the way he releases the ball is so satisfying, and he definitely knows how to throw the ball. Russell Wilson at number 5. Number 4 on this list, I got the GOAT, Tom Brady. Now you might be saying to me, Tom Brady threw 2 interceptions in week 1. Well, that doesn't despite the quarterback that he is. And he responded to that game, and in week 2, he put up 5 touchdowns for 0 interceptions. And the only reason he got 2 interceptions in that Cowboys game, one of them came like this. Yeah, as you saw right there, Fournette just failed to catch that ball. And that wasn't Tom Brady's fault at all. It was right in the sands. Let's look at Tom Brady's stats of the year already. These are absolutely amazing stats. 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. On the year, he's almost close to 1,000 yards 2 weeks into the season for 9 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Definitely an MVP candidate. I mean, the guy's 44 years old, and you guys literally have to accept his greatness, and you guys cannot bash him for anything. He's 44 years old. And he's doing 20-year-old prime things. Okay, he might not be the best runner or anything. He might not be athletic. But he could definitely throw the ball. And he definitely has the passions. And he's definitely one of the best QBs of all time. And what he did in those 2 weeks was absolutely incredible. We just have to accept that plain fact. Now let's move on to number 3 on this list. At number 3, I have Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is not even a debatable. He's literally the best running back in this league. And we all have to accept that fact. Other people have their opinions, but in my opinion, Derrick Henry is the best back in the league. His toughness, and he weighs basically 300 pounds. And he runs really fast for his weight and height. And literally, he makes his opponents look like babies. He drags them on the floor. He breaks off tackles so easily. What he did in week 2 against the Seahawks was absolutely incredible. People call him King Henry for a reason. Derrick Henry is definitely a candidate for MVP this season. I'm pretty sure this Titans team will get way better as they move on through the season. And Derrick Henry will just get better and better and better. Now let's look at Derrick Henry's stats for the 2021 NFL season. As you guys saw in week 1, Derrick Henry struggled. But he only got the rock 17 times. When you give Derrick Henry the rock more, he's going to eat more. And he showed that in week 2, getting an absolutely incredible 182 yards. And helping in a big role for the Titans in that comeback win they had in week 2. If Derrick Henry stays healthy this season, which he's definitely capable of, as he stays healthy his whole career, So hopefully no injuries strike Derrick Henry. He could stay as an NFL MVP candidate for this season. Now let's move on to number 2 on this list. At number 2, I have Lamar Action Jackson. Alright, I'm going to give you guys a fun fact. And it's going to be actually really just interesting. And you guys wouldn't expect this at all. Lamar Jackson has 500 rushing yards this season in 2 games. Derrick Henry has 300. Lamar Jackson has more rushing yards this season than Derrick Henry has already. That just shows you that Lamar could put a team on his back. And I mean, just look at this rushing touchdown. He has wheels, he has athleticism, and he wants to use it as an advantage. And that's just raw talent right there. And people who say Lamar Jackson can't throw, he actually could throw. He did show it in that Chiefs and Ravens game. He had some pretty nice throws. Now let's take a look at Lamar Jackson's stats for this season so far. Lamar's passing might not be that good, but both of those interceptions came from the Chiefs and Ravens game. But we actually have to accept the fact what Lamar did that game. Lamar literally put the team on his back and showed how great of a QB he is. That's why I put Lamar Jackson at number 2 on this list. Now let's move on to number 1, the one you all been waiting for. I bet you guys could literally guess this right now. Pause the video and think of it for a second. Think of a guy who's just been dominating the league the last 2 weeks. Drum roll, please. If you got it right in your head, it is Kyler Murray. If you got it right, you get absolutely nothing. You could still keep watching the vid though if you want. But anyway, I'm pretty sure everybody knew it was Kyler Murray. This man has been on an absolute tear. He's a beast. He could run so fast. He could pass super good. He has so much athleticism, so much talent, knows how to throw the ball super deep. And remember guys, these are only through week 1 and week 2. So maybe in a couple weeks I might come a part 2 of this type of video. But for now, here are my ratings. Kyler Murray's just been on an absolute tear. Let's look at his stats. Good golly, look at that passing rating. Above 100s by a lot. Although he might have 3 interceptions. If you watch the NFL games, you know Kyler Murray has been a beast. And the only reason he's been throwing a couple interceptions is because of his offensive line. To be honest, his offensive line hasn't been great at all this season. And that's the main reason he's been scrambling a lot. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Those are my predictions so far through the season, who I think's gonna win MVP. Anyway, it's been your boy Izy, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.